This video I'm going to go over how to add items to a drop-down list in your account. So things like this reservation type, you can see I added one for agency fees, or any of the other drop-downs. There may be items that you want to add to that list. I'll show you how to do that today. Now anything that is in these drop-downs here, these are called codes. So anytime you need to edit this list, you're going to do it under Manage Generics and Edit Codes. But before I go there, I'll just touch on a couple of things here. Uh, by far the most common place I see users adding items to the list is this one, the supplier here. Another popular place to add items is under the hotel reservation component for the hotel chain here, where you can add it. So if you have a hotel that you booked that is not on this list and you need to add it, I'll show you how to do that. Or if you need to add a supplier, I'll show you how to do that. Now this one, for example, is set up in a way where depending on what you select here will determine what shows up here. So for example, if I select cruise here, I am only going to see cruise lines listed here, versus if I select package, I'm only going to see suppliers that I would book a package with. So if your supplier that you need is not listed here, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not on in the system. It just might not be tagged to show up when you select that reservation type. So I'll go over all of that as well. So anyway, I've already went to Manage Generics, Edit Codes here, and it will take you to this screen. Now what I recommend is let the list load. Initially this will be grayed out while the list loads, but once it's finished loading, you can select the field that you want to add things to. Now this is a pretty long list, so just a tip on how to find the one you're looking for. It's always going to be the field name and then the screen that it is on. So in this case, we are looking for supplier on the reservation screen. So it's going to say supplier / reservation screen. And they're in alphabetical order, so you can just scroll towards the bottom. Now for supplier, there are 3 different items on here. This one, the supplier / profile screen, this is for adding suppliers to the group profile screen. So when you create a group and you add a group profile, there's a spot to put a supplier in. That's what this one is for. The supplier / trip screen, this one's not actually used in the system anymore, so you'll never need to add anything there, so it's really going to be between these two. But in this case, I want to add it to the reservation screen. So I'm going to select this, and now it's going to show me a list of all of the suppliers that are in there. So like I mentioned a little bit ago, if you are in here and you select, say package, and it's not in here, it still could be in the system. So the first thing you want to do is just check this entire list just to be sure that it's not already in there. And this is sorted alphabetically by the code here, which are typically an abbreviation, so it's very close to alphabetical order of the actual name of the supplier. So just look through this, make sure it's not in there. Once you verify it is not, you're going to go ahead and come up here and click Add New Code. And again, the code name is just an abbreviation. You're never going to see this except for on this screen. One thing to note, don't change the code names for stuff that already comes with the system, because VCRM uses that for things like whether the paste reservation button for the stripper should show up or not. So I've seen sometimes where someone will change a code name for an existing supplier and it'll cause problems there. So anyway, I'm just going to put NS here and we're going to type out the name here, new supplier, and then click save. And if you have 3 or 4 or more you need to add, go ahead and do them all now. Just keep clicking add new code, add that one, save it until you get all of them added. Now this particular field, there's a second step you need to do. This is the only field in the system as of right now that you need to do this second step, but make sure you do it because it's important. Once you add all of them here, scroll to the bottom and you're going to have this section here. So for this section, this is where you tell VCRM which reservation types that supplier should show up under. So we will say that new supplier, let's say I book hotels with them and packages with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and select hotel, and it's going to show me a list of which ones it is already tagged to show up under hotel. So I need to add my new supplier in here, which I've already done. And then we will also check for packages to make sure it's in there. And I don't see it in this list now. So to add it, you can just click any of this white space here and it'll give you a little list of all of them. You can scroll to find it, or you can just start typing and it'll narrow it down. So we will select that here, and you'll see it listed here, and then we'll save that. And if you want to just double check to make sure it's in there, you can scroll to the bottom, select your package, and make sure you see new supplier in there. And then same thing, we will check hotel, and it is also in there. And then just, save. Once you have done that, now if we go back to the reservation, and I may need to refresh this, I'm not sure. We'll try it though first. We'll select package, and then there it is. Now new supplier shows up. Now for hotel, that's a little more simplified. You don't have to do that second step. So in this case, I'm just looking for hotel chain / reservation component screen, and we are going to see the list here. And again, let's just say I want to add new hotel. So we'll say NH new hotel. And for these, there is no second step. Once you add it in here, that's all you need to do. Now next time you go to the hotel component, you need to select new hotel as the hotel chain, and it will be in there. So that's really all there is to it. And if you have any questions, let us know. Thank you.